What's up, you guys? I know it's been a minute. I haven't made a video in a while, and I apologize for that. Been pretty busy, actually. Um, Myself and Owen and Steve from One Off Forge all gathered today at Steve's place, and we did some serious forging. You're looking at 3 generations, totally different generations of people who got together to work together and learn together. An 11-year-old kid, 41-year-old man, and I think Steve's pushing 60, all got together today for one reason: our love of craft and knowledge. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I was for this day. Owen forged out yet another knife out of some 5160 spring steel. We actually left that's in a bucket of vermiculite at Steve's, but we'll be working on that as well. Owen also made, this is some leftover Damascus that I didn't want to throw out, so I made 2 little knives just like this. Owen finished one. It turned out beautiful. When we were trying to tap it down onto the antler for the handle, it snapped because of a stress riser. And if you can see that right there, that little cut in right there, that is a stress riser. And I have one on this one too. So I'm gonna file that out so it won't snap. But it snapped right there, and like both Steve and I looked at the grain structure. The grain structure was tight. That was a strong blade, but it had that stress riser in there, and that's why it broke. The look on Owen's face was just absolute pure devastation, and that sucks. But at the same time, he learned a valuable lesson, and that lesson is anything can go wrong. Things are going to fail. Now, it wasn't entirely his fault. It was partly my fault in the way I constructed it. It's partly Steve's fault for the way that we had it set up to pound that handle on. But these things happen. But on the plus side, I have its twin right here. Owen can have this. We'll start over. We'll do it again. And this time it won't have a stress riser. I will make sure of that. What else do we work on? Steve made Owen his first pair of tongs. Now we got to put them together and tweak them so that they're just right. They're box end jaw tongs. They work great for knife making. But Steve had made a ball end, basically swage block, to actually forge a ball at the end of tongs. And it's the first time we've ever used it. And guess what? Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Worked perfect. So we'll get these bad boys together. I've got the rivet for it. So Steve made these for Owen. I had 2 billets. They were okay. I had 2 billets. They were 2 by 2 by 3 inches tall, very small, but it was 4 other billets that I had made stacked in to create 1 billet, and we managed to actually get 2 pretty good sized billets out of it. And this one is going to be part of some Damascus cladding. I'm basically going to cut this in half, put a nice thick piece of like 1095, maybe W2 in the center, stack the other piece of Damascus over the top, forge weld this together, and draw it out into a blade so that you have that edge steel right down the center. And this I will probably turn into a hunting knife. But this longer one, that's a little bit thinner, that's got a knife written all over it. And this is kind of my idea for it, is just a Santoku, veg chopper. But there's a I don't know how many layers are in here because the four billets, the four different billets were folded and forge welded on each other a bunch of times too. So there's at least 100 layers of steel in each of these. I was messing around with Hamones a while back, and I was doing it on unknown steel, which can be problematic. I had one knife that I was sure had a Hamone in it, but I just couldn't get it to pop. Well, I didn't get it up to a high enough grit to make that happen. But this was a piece of, it was a circular, a concrete cutting saw blade that I did this on. And I don't know if you can see that. There's a Hamone there. And this side turned out absolutely brilliant. That side turned out much better. So I'm pretty excited about that. You know, hey, man, I managed to pull out my first Hamone out of unknown steel. So that was pretty exciting. What else did we do while we were out there? That was, yeah, that's pretty much it. But it was fun to have the three of us all working together. And Owen got to see some, like, just genuine blacksmithing happening, which is good. I think he got a little bored for a little while because it's a lot of work. And he got hot, he got tired. That's blacksmithing. But we're definitely gonna work more out at Steve's, and he was pretty amazed at how fast you could take a chunk of steel and draw that out under a power hammer. He was just like, I can't believe how fast you took I mean, that chunk of steel was probably that big, but it was, you know, it was thick. It was like 2 by 2 by whatever. But I, you know, within a matter of like 4 heats, I had that thing drawn out to this, and relatively thin. And what I'm going to do here with these is I'll reheat them, get them up to critical, anneal them in vermiculite overnight, get it nice and soft, and this one, the one I plan on making a knife of, I'll cut off the ends and basically put this on my platen and grind it flat as I can, and then start shaping the knife out of it. And then this one, obviously, I'm going to have to put some high carbon steel in the center, reforge it, and we'll go from there. But we had a great time, and Owen gets to start over from scratch on a new piece of Damascus. So anyway, guys, I just figured I'd give you a little update on what we've been doing. I would love to comment on the things that are going on in my state, specifically Kenosha, Wisconsin. But that's not what this channel is. All I can say is I'm just I'm ashamed of how people are behaving right now. I'm just ashamed. And there will come a time when the people who've had to stand back and watch this happen aren't going to take it anymore. It's getting out of hand. It's all getting out of hand. I can't say it enough. So to all my viewers who are also going through this in other states and other cities, man, you have my sympathy, because this is wrong in every way, shape, and form. My heart goes out to all of you. So, Heath here from Shepherd's Forge. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe, everyone, alright? Bye.